Hi, I'm Tessa. I'm a Pilates and bellicon teacher based in beautiful Somerset in the UK. I'm going to go through a 20-minute Pilates and bounce class on my 112cm bellicon plus. I've got the yellow or strong bungees and I'm using a T-bar, but don't worry at all if you haven't got one. I'm also using a Pilates mat, just a little folded towel to use behind my head later on. We're going to start off standing up on the bellicon, doing a bit of a warm-up. We'll take it down onto the bellicon mat to do some Pilates-based exercises, and then finish off with a little bounce. Let's climb the board. So to set up, let's make sure your feet are parallel, about hip width apart, toes pointing forwards, and your knees want to be quite soft. And think of 4 points of contact under each footprint, really anchoring down. Your tummy is drawn inwards and upwards, and your pelvis wants to be in neutral, so you're neither tucked nor sticking your bottom out. It's that natural curve of the spine. Collarbone is nice and wide, and then lengthening up through the back of the neck and out through the crown of the head. And just let your arms hang down. You can close your eyes for a moment. This is going to challenge your balance a little. And then you can start to lift and lower your shoulders, lifting on the inhale and exhaling to lower down. If that's too wobbly for you, go ahead and open your eyes. Inhale to lift the shoulders, exhale to lower down, and then start to roll your shoulders up and back and around. You can open your eyes now. And again. And then let's lift your arms up wide, let the palms float up, slotting the shoulders down, and then press your palms through the air, getting taller and taller through the spine. And again, floating your arms upwards, shoulders settle. And then press, getting taller, and once more, floating those arms up, and then press the palms all the way back down. Float up through your right arm, let your ribs lift, let your right foot push down into the mat as you reach up and over into a lovely long side bend. Take a breath, and feel like you're zipping all the way up to draw yourself back into the centre. And the other side, lifting up, pushing your left foot down into the floor. Think of lifting your left ear to the ceiling. Take a breath there, and then exhale to zip all the way back up. And again, lifting the arm, lifting the ribs, pushing that foot down into the mat. Take a breath, and then drawing all the way back up. And last one, lifting. Lift those ribs, sweeping over, and drawing all the way back. A little shoulder circle. You're going to bring your arms forwards, palms together, and bend your knees here. Take a breath, and as you breathe out, you're going to draw back through your right elbow, looking back at your elbow, and then open your hand out. And as you breathe out, you're going to close your arms back up. And again, exhale to draw back, open the arm out, take a breath, and then closing all the way back. One more each side, drawing back. Try and keep it to the upper body rather than letting your pelvis pivot. And the other side. And back. Circling your arms all the way around. We're going to take that into a roll down. So I'm going to turn side on for that. Let's have your feet still in parallel, your knees soft. Take a breath. And as you breathe out, you're going to look down towards the mat. Hollow your belly inwards and upwards. As you round yourself forwards, think of your spine like a bicycle chain, moving over a cog. As you get lower, your pelvis may start to move to join in the movement. Keep your head and arms just hanging. And as you get closer to the floor, you can let your knees bend and hook your fingers around the bellicon frame. Take a breath there and let your knees come into your chest. And then as you breathe out, lift your sit bones up behind you, stretching out that back line of the body. And again, bend the knees. And then lift the sit bones up, feeling that lovely stretch. Maybe not lovely, stretch the back of the legs. Once more, knees bend, and then lifting up. And then soften the knees off. Draw your tummy inwards and upwards as you roll yourself all the way back up. We're going to take ourselves down into 4-point kneeling. So kneeling down on your bellicon mat. You can move the bungees out of the way on the frame here. And then you want your hands around about under your shoulder joints, your knees under your hip joints. And just lift up through the scruff of the neck and think of reaching from tail to crown, lifting your belly inwards and upwards, keeping and maintaining a nice little neutral pelvis and that natural shape of your spine now. We're going to do a few cat stretches, so take a breath. And as you breathe out, lift the belly in a little bit more and curl the tail under, rounding your pelvis beneath you. And letting your spine ripple up, let your head drop last of all, keep your shoulders easy. Breath in there, and then send your tail and sit bones out behind you, rippling back up, tail to crown. And again, exhale, lift the belly, curl the tail under, rounding yourself all the way up, letting your head drop last of all. Breath in, and then let your tail unravel all the way back. You're going to start off with a stability exercise. So checking on that position again, tummy lifting up towards your spine. You're going to let your right hand come up towards your forehead and tummy salute. And then lower that hand back to the frame. And the other side. So as you lift your hand, you do find that the knees will change in their weighting. So as your right hand lifts, your right knee will get heavier. But try and keep as stable as you can through the pelvis and the spine whilst you do this. This time you're going to reach your hand to your forehead. You're going to push the hand into the frame and look up underneath your armpit. And back. And last one. Hand comes to the forehead. You're going to push down into the frame to open up. Take a breath. Unraveling back down. Then just do one more cat stretch. Exhale, lift the belly, round yourself up. And then from there, curl your tail between your legs as you hinge back towards your heels, and you come all the way down into a child stretch. Letting your arms just drape over the bellicon frame. And then you can walk your hands over to the right, taking a big breath in that long left side. And then walk your hands over to the left, taking a big breath in that long right side. Hands come back to the centre. Round yourself up. Now we're going to sit ourselves on our sit bones. So sitting with your feet, sit bone, hip bone width apart again. Put a bit of space between your legs and the frame. And put your hands, push your palms back into the frame and lift tall. And try and keep your ribs connected downwards. Try not to let them flare forwards. Lifting tall through the spine. Take a breath. As you breathe out, lift your arms up, keeping your shoulders settled. And inhale, lowering them back down. So keeping your spine long. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. And exhale into lift. Inhale there. As you breathe out, you're going to rotate. Arms are pulling in opposite directions. Lifting back up to come to the centre. And exhale, rotate the other way. Arms splitting apart. Inhale to the centre. And again, opening the arms. Inhale back. And once more. And back. And then lower the arms down. Keep the arms reaching forwards and slot your shoulders into place. Lifting tall through the crown of the head. Take a breath. And as you breathe out, you're drawing your tummy in and back. And letting your pelvis start to curl between your legs. So think of wheeling your pelvis back. Just coming to the sacrum. Easy in the shoulders. Take a breath. Pull down through the belly as you come forwards and up. Find your sit bones and knee stack. And again, exhale. Drawing the tummy back towards your spine as you tip the pelvis beneath you. Rolling back. Opening out through the front of the pelvis. Take a breath there. And as you breathe out, pull the tummy back and down. If you want to try and make it a little harder, you can go a bit lower. So exhale, draw the tummy back. Go to your own ability though. Keep wheeling the pelvis back. Maybe go to the very back of the waist. Take a breath there. Pull the tummy back and down. As you round forwards and up. And once more, exhale, drawing that pelvis underneath you. Think of your pubic bone coming towards your breastbone. Holding it there. Turn your palms down. You're going to rotate over to one side. Just do some little pulses there. It's called hula. And then back to the centre, over to the other side. Reaching your breastbone through your hands. And exhale. Back into the centre, take a breath. Draw your belly back as you come forwards. And lifting tall. I'm going to shift forwards a little bit. I'm going to go all the way down. I'm going to put my towel down on the frame of my head. I'm going to reach your arms forwards and roll all the way down. Pelvis is leaning back, the spine is rolling back. And then knit your fingers well behind your head, making a nice hammock for your head here. Your elbows are in your peripheral vision. Take a breath. And as you breathe out, think of bringing your ribs down towards your hip bones. You've got space for a peach or a satsuma onto your chin. And inhale back. And again, exhale, looking down your nose a little bit. Bring those ribs towards your hip bones. Moving through your rib cage. Inhaling back. And again, see if you can find that little shiver. Means you're working hard. And again. This time, as you come forwards and up, let your leg float up too. And then lower back down. And again, exhale, float the leg up as you come forwards. Inhale, control it back down. And again, floating that leg up. Inhale, back down. Last one, float that leg up. And lower it down. And this time we're going to curl up, flatten your back down towards the mat, really drawing your belly down, floating one leg, flatten the back of the tummy a little bit more and float the other leg up. And you're welcome to do this with your head down if you prefer. Keep that tummy glued down. We're going to come into some toe taps. Exhale, tap, inhale, lift. You don't have to reach the floor. If I'm quite tall, so I'm able to, but if you're not quite as tall, you can just reach towards the floor. Keep pulling that tummy in. Keep pulling your ribs down towards your hips. Flattening through the belly. One more each side. And let's hug your knees in towards your chest. Give your legs a little circle round, a little stir. And round the other way. We're going to come into some of the classical Pilates exercises, the double leg stretch and single leg stretch. So press your hands into your knees and press your knees into your hands. You can keep your head down if you prefer, or you can push your knees up into your hands and curl up into tabletop legs. Tummy's flattening down, back is flat. You're going to inhale, reach the arms and the legs away, and exhale, circle your knees back in. Exhale, reach. Inhale, circle back. One more. Lowering your head down, rolling your head from side to side. And then put both hands onto one knee. And again, you can keep your head down if you prefer, or you can curl up, pushing your knee into your hands. Then flatten your back down and slide one leg away. Inhale to draw the legs in, and exhale, slide the other leg away. Really reach through that leg. Inhale to switch, exhale to reach. Keep that tummy flat, keeping your pelvis and your low back really connected and secure. The great thing about doing the Pilates exercises on the bellicon is there's that unstable surface that really challenges your deep abdominal muscles. Last one. Hug the knees in, lower the head down, rolling your head from side to side. Go to knit our hands behind the head again, elbows lifted, curl yourself up into that tabletop. Pull the tummy down, flatten through the back, sliding one leg away, and then reaching your armpit up and over to the bent knee. Come through the centre, pulling that knee in, and then slide the other leg away, and think of really reaching through the armpit rather than the elbow. Come through the centre, leg reaches, armpit goes over. And the other side, leg reaches, and armpit reaches over. Again, we're stable in both sides of the pelvis, one more each side. Keep drawing down through that belly. And then hug your knees into the centre. Give them a stir around. And then put your heels on the frame. Hands can come down and hold onto the frame, but your legs are together. I'm going to let your knees tip over one way and your head roll the other side. Take a breath there. And to come back, think of pulling your tummy button down to the bellicon mat. And then the other side, knees go one way, head rolls the other, shoulders are connected down. Take a breath and then pull that tummy button down to the mat. One more each side, knees go one way, head rolls the other. And exhale, pull that tummy down. Last one. rock yourself until you come all the way into seated. And then we're going to come into kneeling next to your bellicon. I'm going to pop the towel down here. Hands want to be about midway. Toes are tucked under and knees are on your mat. Just finding your neutral stance. Going to hinge back, tail towards heels. And then going to launch forwards into a front support or plank. Lift the belly, lift the scruff of the neck. And then softly lower your knees back down again. We're trying to keep that integrity of your spine throughout this. Lowering the knees softly. And launching forwards. And 2 more. Exhale, keep that tummy lifted in. The neck nice and long. Last one, holding it there. We're going to hinge back into a downward dog or an A-frame shape. Let your heels press back for a moment. And then you can lift your heels and think of drawing your tail between your legs as you ripple through back into that plank or front support again. Lift through the scruff of the neck, take a breath. And then hinging back towards your down dog or A-frame. Nice easy shoulders, nice long neck. Lift the heels. Curl that tail between your legs as you ripple through into that strong front support. Breath in there. Hinging back. This time I'm going to change it a little bit, so lift the heels, curl the tail between the legs, come through the plank, and then you can let your thighs rest on the frame, and send your breastbone forwards, lifting through the crown of the head and lifting in through the belly, and then hinging yourself out again. And again, lift the heels, ripple through, find your plank, lower the thighs, and then send the breastbone forwards and up, lifting the belly in, and then hinging back. One last one. Lift the heels, rippling through past your plank, lower the thighs, and send that breastbone forwards into that lovely upper back extension. We're going to hinge all the way back into that A-frame, and then widen the feet out. Lift the sit bones up so you get that great stretch there, flattening through the upper back. You're going to reach one hand across to the opposite ankle and give it a little pull. Take a breath. Replacing your hand back on the mat. And the other side, looking underneath your arm. Take a breath. And once more on each side. Breath there. And last one, reach that hand right across to the opposite ankle. And back. Bend your knees and start to curl your tail underneath you as you roll all the way back up. We're going to hop on board for a bit of a bounce. So back up on your bellicon, feet are back into that sit bone, hip bone width stance. And you can just start to come into your health bounce. Let your shoulders go. Just let your arms swing naturally. Come into a little sort of health bounce jog here. So your feet are still in contact with the mat. Keep that tummy lifting inwards and upwards softly. Keep your arms just hanging heavily down by your side. And then let's widen the feet out a little bit. Just jumping on the spot here. I'm going to do 2 jumps out and 2 jumps in. Your hands on your pelvis, and if you need to, you can put your hands on your T-bar. And then keeping the legs close together, we're going to take that into a forwards and backwards bounce. Just letting your arms swing to help you go forwards and back. I'm going to take that into some star jumps or jumping jacks. You can have your palms facing downwards or have your palms facing forwards, which feels quite nice for the shoulders. And then we're going to combine those 2 last exercises. So we're going to go forwards and back, and out, and in, forwards and back, out, forwards and back, Jumping jack. You're going to reach your arms out wide, your legs out wide. You're going to cross the legs and cross the arms, slicing your arms through the air. And when you bring your legs together and past each other, really squeeze those thighs together. Last two. Leaving your arms there, we're going to lift up into a cactus. And then open and close the arms, moving your legs as well. Try and aim your elbows towards each other. And then leaving your arms there, we're going to reach up. Up. Keeping that slight softness in your knees, maintaining that little lift in the belly. And then our arms are coming forwards. We're going to alternate the arms, reach across, and reach, reach, reach. Last two. Going to lift our arms up into a Scottish dancer. So crisscrossing the legs. Again, try and really squeeze your thighs past each other. This is a great one for lymph drainage. You'll feel your pulse in your fingers as you do this. And then arms come out. Let's do a twist. So you can slice your arms through the air. Try and keep your feet parallel to each other as you twist. Twisting from the waist. And then you can do double jumps each side. And for the second jump, you can do a little stamp. So pushing your feet down into the mat rather than bouncing up to the sky. And then let's come to side jog. Bringing the energy down now. Bringing the bounce down. Give your shoulders a little circle around. And circle your arms up. And exhale, pressing all the way down. And again, circling the arms up. And pressing down. Bring your feet quite close together. You're going to stand into your right foot. Knee is slightly soft, and see if you can bring your left knee up in front of you. Use your bar by all means if you have one. Or you can put your hands on your pelvis. Your leg will wobble around. That's quite right. Lower the other leg. Gluing that foot down. Soft knee. Lifting. Feel like you're lifting your leg from here. It's very challenging after that bounce, and it's very challenging with the unstable surface of the bellicon mat. One more each side. And lowering down. Last one. And lowering down. We're going to go side on for a roll down just to finish. So soft knees again, toes in parallel. Take a breath. And as you breathe out, you're going to look down towards the frame, hollow the belly inwards and upwards. And think about your bicycle chain spine again. As you round yourself forwards and down, keep those feet planted, those knees soft. And a little shake out there. Taking a breath, and as you breathe out, push your feet down, lift the belly up, wheeling your pelvis all the way back and up. Let's lift your right arm up and over into a side bend. Big breath in, exhale, sweeping all the way back. Over to the other side. And then lifting both arms up. Lift your breastbone a little, take a breath in there. And as you breathe out, pressing your palms all the way back down, grow flowing through the spine as if you're swimming through the sky, if your shoulders are rolled. And you're all done. Thank you very much.